Welcome to pattern making class. I'm Annette Julie, your college instructor, and today we're going to be making a front neck facing. So grab your ruler, pens and pencils, curve ruler, and a pattern weight or some tape. And gotta have your paper scissor. You're also going to need a front bodice. I have one here. This is a front bodice with blouson added fullness. Also, I have seam allowance in mine. Yours can have seam allowance or no seam allowance. I've grabbed a little piece of paper here. And I want to make sure it's big enough to be able to duplicate the front neck facing. Yes, it is, because this is one large piece of paper since we have the full represented pattern. Let's find the middle. There we go. And add a grain line. In a crease, and now I'm going to take my front blouson blouse and I'm going to match the grain line going down the front there. And I'm going to weight or tape it down, and now I can trace off the shoulder, and my neckline. And I'm tracing off half because this is a symmetrical pattern. And I can go ahead and lift this up. And one of the first things I want to do is show myself that I have a 1/4 inch seam allowance in the neckline and 1/2 seam allowance on the shoulder. Now, I can go ahead and draw a little bit in if we would like to, so you can visualize it. The neckline has 1/4 inch all the way around here, just like my pattern does. Now, in order to make this a proper facing, you can go out 1.5 or 2.5 inches along the shoulder. I'm going to go out 2 inches. And then I'm going to bring this down 1/16 of an inch, 1/2 of an eighth, and angle it back up. That's going to be my shoulder slope for my front neck facing. There's the seam allowance there. Now I'm going to go ahead and measure down 2 inches from the little short lines that I've drawn around here. Make some little short lines and come back and connect that with my curve ruler, making a 2 inch facing. There we go. Let's grab a curve ruler and we will connect these lines. We can flip our ruler. Always nice to have that straight there at the center front, or at least 1/4 or more. This is looking great. I can go ahead and cut this out and then we'll label it. I always like to cut it out on the outer edge first, leaving the smaller neckline intact. And so how the outer edge could be finished would be perhaps just an overlock edge only cutting off a little 1/8. There's where we went down, that little 1/16. Now we're going to cut out the inner part of that neckline. We can go ahead and add a grain line. Arrows going both directions to show that the fabric is non-directional for now. And this is our front neck facing for our blouson with added fullness top. And we are going to cut one self fabric, and we're also going to cut one interfacing, which you can use iron-on interfacing. And we always like to underline that there in red. Red means interfacing. So one in real fabric and one in interfacing. You could cut it open like so, and we would use that to finish the inside of our neckline. So that has been the demo today for front neck facing, and I look forward to you checking out my next video for back neck facing.